This is the Harley Troubadour, and if you are watching this video this morning, I do thank you for tuning in to the Harley Troubadour YouTube channel. Those of you that have been following, I am going to guess that you can tell that I'm not riding a bike right now. I'm actually in my car, headed to run an errand. But I wanted, it's been a while since I've been on, and I just wanted to come on and make a video, let people know what's going on, have a few things on my mind. One of the things that's going on is I have pretty much got all my equipment in, my GoPro and everything, but I'm having a little problem with the software that connects to my GoPro. I'm getting choppy video when I try to do my editing. Video's fine when I play it on a media player, on the camera, on my phone, doesn't matter, but I can't do the editing of it yet. Actually, I've just about got it figured out because, I wanted, obviously, this channel to have a considerable amount of content out on the bike, rides, talking about things about my particular 2019 Street Bob, parts that I've changed over, all these different things. I want to be able to do that, and we will be doing that soon, but I did want to come to you and get a video up. Like I said, a few things on my mind. One of the things is I've mentioned several times that I belong to Mercy, Grace, and Motorcycles Motorcycle Ministry. And we went on a run this past Saturday. It was a great run. One of the best things about it, we're a new motorcycle ministry, so we're working on building membership and getting people to go on the rides with us. And we were very excited as 39 bikes ended up going on this ride with us. And as I said before, I live here in Ohio. Our run was actually going up to Ashtabula County, which is up in the northeastern corner of Ohio, right butting up with Pennsylvania. And the ride was going to see a bunch of covered bridges, old covered bridges. My understanding is through the biker community that there's about 22 of them. We had scheduled 11 of them to go to, ended up I think at maybe 9 of them as time became a factor. We cut a few of them out, but 39 bikes, it was great. Of course, with that many bikes, we had to have blockers. Interesting story, we were probably halfway, 3/4 of the way through our bike ride, and we stopped to get gas, and one of my friends came up to me and said, "Hey, that last red light where that accident was, that state policeman, he yelled at me." I said, "He what? He yelled at you for what?" He said, "For blocking." He was standing over there by the car and yelled, "You can't do that." And I said, "Well, what'd you do?" He said, "I just kept saying, 'What'd you say? What'd you say? What'd you say?' until the last bike got through." And I said, "Well, I guess it worked," but I just thought that was, that's a little bit ignorant. I was like, what would you want do you want us trying to race through the red lights? Do you want us trying to race to catch back up? That's more chances of getting in an accident for people than having blockers out there. And then I know there was another group that went out. They had less than we did, and state police pulled them over and broke them up because, here in Ohio with Caronavirus, there's not supposed to be in groups of more than 10, but yet you're allowed to go out on bike rides and stuff. You're allowed to be outside. You see hundreds of people in a Walmart or whatever, and the police pulled them over and broke them up. But, I don't know, what all the deal is with that, but that took place. And then we had a group that went out for a veteran's birthday ride, over 6,000 bikes. I think it was over 10,000 people. So people were out trying to do things. That's part of what I wanted to talk today a little bit about is this coronavirus and what it's doing. But, you know, the other thing I wanted to mention, when we went out that day, Saturday, for the covered bridge ride, we left at 10 o'clock in the morning and we got back just shy of 9 p.m. at night, 11 hours. And we were probably riding for at least 8 of those hours, which probably is about the longest I've rode on this street bob for sure. I had my wife with me, and she just started riding, so that was clearly the longest ride she went on. And I will say, a little sore when we got back. Mainly because the last part of the ride coming home was what it was. It was the last part, but it was also our longest stretch of a ride. But I will tell you this, for those that don't believe that the 2018, 2019, 2020 street bobs can be rode for long distances, you know, it does matter on your health. If you're a lot older, you got a bad back, you got shoulder problems, all these things, well, then the street bob's probably not going to be the best thing. Quite frankly, you're probably getting sore on whatever you ride at that point. But if you're fairly healthy, we had a good time most of the ride. You know, we broke our ride up every hour 15 or so. We pulled over for a few minutes, and obviously when we got to the covered bridges, we were pulling over for all those. You know, but I will say this, there's adjustments to my bike. I'm not there to show you now, but you can look at the other videos, and I pointed out that I got a different seat. You know, many people complain about the OEM seat being extremely uncomfortable, or when you got on the bike and you give it a little bit of a rev, it would want to throw you off the back. That's true. But I got the Harley Tall Boy. My wife and me are fairly comfortable, and if you stop a considerable amount of time after this trip, I'd say that it is not a bagger, but it wasn't bad. So we had a good time and comfortability. You know, we got us a luggage bag now where we can put a few things in it, and that all helps. You know, I changed handlebars to the Demon Cycle handlebars, which have more of a pullback to them, so my arms are a little bit more rested. But I would say don't let that scare you from buying a street bob. You kind of get a little bit of both. You got that 107 engine, so you got a nice big engine, so you got some maneuverability with that bike as well that you don't have with a bagger. So that's what we did on Saturday. Got me to thinking, you know, you look at some of the big bike events that are coming up. Now, I know Sturgis has still not said that they were doing anything different yet, although there's lots of conversation going on. You got all those vendors that got to make it out there. What rules will the governor in that state have in place at the time? I know, you know, here in Ohio Bike Week, it was to be in May, I believe it was, and they didn't cancel it, they postponed it. So they're saying, you know, depending on what goes on, that it might still take place. But you're seeing a lot of events canceled where people have to gather together, and I just think that's really sad. I hope things change for us. You know, it's one thing we do, at least with what we do, we can go out and ride. But you miss the community. It's a biker community, and you miss being around each other and the things that were planned. You know, there's bike shows that I would really like to go to. Even when they cancel the car shows and things, you know, bikes go to those as well. So you got to keep your eye on what's going on, and it depends on which state you're in, what the rules are for social distancing and all these things. So I just hope that, you know, shortly that'll change. As I said, when we start going out and doing videos of rides, I really want to be able to video other folks as well in these videos, not just the people that are going with us, the people we meet along the way. It's just a different way we're living right now, and quite frankly, I don't care for it at all, and I know most people don't. So that's just a few words I had for you while I was on my way. Wanted to get a video up, let you know what's going on. Again, equipment is my hold up, but we're just about there. I think as soon as we get a nice day here to go out on a good run again, whether it's just by myself or not, we'll get some video footage and talk a little bit while we're out there on the bike. I hope you look forward to that. I do ask if you're enjoying what we're doing. That's great. It's going to get better as I learn what I'm doing and get my equipment working. But if you do enjoy, please hit the subscribe button below. Hit the bell so that you are getting the updates when things are coming. And if you scroll all the way down to the bottom of the page, you'll find the comment sections. A lot of people don't know that that's there. Please go down in the comment section. Let me know if you like what we're talking about. Let me know if there's something else you want to talk about, different bikes, or my opinions on anything. Just let us know in that form. And I do ask if you could, if you're a subscriber or you're watching this and you do subscribe, share us. Share us out there. We're trying to build up this channel, build up this community and things that we have in common and that we like. So I'll talk to you again shortly. I just want to tell you, God bless everybody. Be safe out there, and we'll see you when we see you.